Hi, welcome to the Shelley Studio. Today I'm working on pages 34 and 35 in my collection of Curiosities. And page 34, the gel print on there, you can see there's a little bit of one of the birds. So what I'm going to do is, I think they call this negative painting, where you paint the background to pull out the bird. But I end up painting the bird too, because you know me, I want it to show up. No subtlety here. So I'm just taking a teal color. I'm feeling like it's a bit light, but that's why I'm taking a baby wipe to it. But I'm going to persevere and go all the way around it because, you know, you put it in one spot, put it in another, and that way it's purposeful and not a mistake. Right? That's what they always say anyway. So, the mask that made the bird pattern is from a set called Ravens and Crows, and it's by PM Artist Studio. I don't know if it's the raven or the crow, but I found a quote about a crow, so we're calling this one a crow. And I do have this like in super speed so that you know, it doesn't take that long for me to get all the way around all the edges. And then I take a darker teal color and go over the top of that. I did let that dry, you just don't see it. But yeah, just to subdue that color because it was a little bit bright, I thought, at the time. Sometimes when I go back and look at these videos and see stages, I think, maybe I should have stopped. But no, I think it still looks better now than before I took that color to it. Anyways, how's everyone doing? I hope you're enjoying my collection of Curiosities book. Getting pretty close to the end now. Just probably a couple more videos, maybe two, and it'll be all done. Considering this, I started this in September, and between getting all the pages completed and editing all the video, that's like 2 months. See here, I've taken some black and I'm adding it to the bird. I think it starts looking a little bit more shaggy, more like a raven doing this, but I just wanted that, the feathers to really look like feathers, I guess, and not like a stencil. So you can use stencils as guidelines for paintings, right? So that's kind of what this ended up being, I guess. I don't know. I enjoyed creating this book. It's been a lot of fun. If you haven't seen all the videos and you're curious about the other pages, there's a playlist in the description box below which will have the complete book, like all the videos. Once they're all uploaded onto YouTube, it will have all of them. From here, it will have all the previous ones for sure. And then, yeah, you get it. So I'm trying to make that beak stand out a little bit more because it's black on black. It's kind of hard to see. So I'm just going through with a black pen, a marker. It's more of a marker. And those legs are hard to follow, so yeah. Just putting those in. Try and get the talons on there. Anyway, I do put a quote on it, but I didn't film that part. The quote is, Crow calls you to speak your truth, know your life mission, and to follow your dreams. I liked that. So I put that on there. And I believe I did that in paint, in the lighter teal paint. I'm sure there'll be a photo of it at the end, so you can see that. And yeah, I used colored pencil to highlight around some areas so that you could see them a little bit better. Anyways, that is page 34. Now for page 35, I was trying to come up with something, and I saw something about an obsidian mirror, and like witches look at a black, like polished obsidian, and it's black, and they can tell fortunes from it or see things. They do scrying from it. And they said how to make one for your grimoire. You paint a piece of plastic black and you stick it in there. But I didn't want to just have black. So I took a transparency. I actually printed it on my inkjet printer. So I had to, I let it dry, but it doesn't ever dry. Like I let it sit for 24 hours. Then I took it and I used some workable fixative and sprayed over it outside. That made it so that I could paint over the top of it. And I put a little bit of dark gray in there for the whites of the eyes. I didn't want white. I didn't want it to like really pop out. This is supposed to be like a subtle image you're kind of seeing in this obsidian mirror. So the color I'm painting on there now is the black Color Flash. I just wanted some sort of fun metallic, and I let that dry, and then I'm going over the top of it with Mars Black. And I don't know if you know this, but Mars Black is metallic. I have like this super powerful magnet that I have sitting near my desk. It's like really powerful. It'll find a nail through my dresser. Like you can't see the nails. You just stick this on it, it'll find the nail. It's that strong. But I set the Mars Black on my thing and it just went zoop right over to that magnet. That kind of surprised me, so I had to look it up. Yes, I think it has iron in it. Anyways, it's magnetic, that paint, in enough quantities, and that's a big bottle of black paint. So I don't know if my page is metallic, but yeah, the tube of paint is definitely has metal in there. Careful what you're using. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside to dry, and we got to create a frame for it, right? So I'm finding the page. There we go. The colors kind of go. So I'm going to cut out these runes and use them for the frame. And this was printed on cheap old copy paper. So I'm going to rough cut it out and then glue it to one of my encyclopedia papers just to make it a little more firm. Just so that it, yeah, just to make it more firm. I could glue it directly onto the page that I'm creating, but I just thought it would be easier this way. So that's the plan. Plus, you know, the paint never dried when I had the paint applied to the plastic and then applied to the paper. That never dried. So the idea is to create this frame to hold the picture onto the page. Hold the plastic, my obsidian mirror, onto the page. And yeah, so just getting them all glued on, and then we'll go to the next step. All right, and then I cut them all out. This time, fussy cutting, well, eventually, but I don't make you watch that part. All right, so to assemble this, I've got my face there. spooky. The eyes still look white, right? The whites of the eyes still look white. So I determined what size it needed to be to go into my book. And so I'm cutting it down to that size. And yeah. I end up making the frame too big. So it does overlap the page next to it. I guess I could have let it stick out further, but it would have stuck out even further than my cover. And the pages are crazy enough without that going too far out. It does go a little bit over, but that's okay. All right, so to make this frame, I'm going to paint this black, so because this is going to go behind the picture, just in case I didn't get everywhere I wanted. And then I'm going to use this as the backing for the photo. I keep calling it a photo, for my obsidian mirror, and work the runes around it without actually gluing them to it. You'll see. I'm just picking and choosing and just gluing them to each other using the glitter glue, because that sticks quickly. But you see how I'm doing that? I'm just sticking them to each other and not to the paper. Just kind of using the paper as a guide. Serves two purposes. Gives me a guide, and then I don't have to like worry about my obsidian mirror. My black mirror, because it's not really an obsidian mirror. My black mirror. Just trying to determine where they're all going to go. I probably could have brought them in a little bit more, but I thought I had it down. I thought I knew how big my book was. Not so much. As I'm doing this, I can hear the rain pouring outside. It's dark, but I can hear it. I'm surprised it's not snow. It's been cold enough. I don't know why I was worried about the frame matching my page, because it's almost completely covered. Using that book to hold the others down so they can like glue. All right, so there's that. Now see, we're gonna stick this on here, and then we're gonna put glue just around the edges. And stick the frame down. And that holds everything in place. And it did dry. It's good and stuck. So obviously it's too big. So the first thing I do is score and fold the edge that's going to be connected to the opposite page. And then I glue it on there. I glue it on that side, and then I glue the back and close the book and glue it together. But you'll see when I reopen it that it's cut. It was bugging me. It wasn't opening nicely, so I just cut in between the two pages. And I painted anything in there that was not dark. So you'll see. So I glue that. I'm going to put glue on there. And glue that to that page. I was hoping that would get it in the right spot, you know. And then I'm going to glue this side. and close the book. So I closed the book and I let it sit and dry. I decided I wanted to put an explanation on here. You see, now you can see it's cut. It just wasn't opening good, so I cut it. So I wrote obsidian mirror, and then what do you see? Because the idea is to see your future or whatever, fortune or something, you know. I did a little video clip with my phone of my reflection in there, but it wasn't working on my iPad. It was messing up this video. So I will try to put that as a YouTube short the same day this comes out, so that anybody who wants to see the craziness can see it. But I do have a couple clips here that show the weird reflection you can see in there. Yeah, that's the idea. You see things happening in there. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have an awesome day.